This is an example that simulates the effect of an iframe using CSS. The main functional difference is that the contents of the frame is no longer in a separate file. Let's make a working copy of CSS frame.html. I'm going to name this with a -working at the end, and we'll go ahead and open that up in the text editor. And here you see we've got some styling up here in this style element. And down here we have a div that says ID equals frame1, and that's what's getting styled up in the CSS. The contents of that frame1 is what we had in a separate file in the other example. So all that is in the div, and there's the end of the div, and now here's our paragraph that gets wrapped around it. This is all just a bunch of lorem ipsum. We open this up in the browser, you'll see that this looks exactly the same as our iframe example. The one difference is this box is just a little bit wider because the scroll bar actually seems to add to the width of the box, whereas the scroll bar is inside the box in the iframe example. If I open up the iframe example here, see the box is a little bit narrower, whereas in this one the box is a little bit wider. That and the fact that all this content now needs to be in the same file, it's no longer in a separate file, those are the only differences here. All the content being in the same file can be an advantage in some circumstances because it requires less round trips to the server. So it might be just a shade faster. And, of course, if you're getting lots and lots of hits, that can add up. The other difference here is that all the styling that happened in the other document is now happening here. So our background color, our font family, font size, all of that is happening here. The one trick is this overflow property. If I take that out and save this, and then reload the browser here, you'll see that all of that text now flows outside of the box and the scroll bar goes away. If I come back here and undo and reload again, you see now our frame has all of it in it and we get this scroll bar. So that's really all that there is to it. This is a technique whereby you don't need frames at all and you can get exactly the same effect as an iframe. So this example shows that it's possible to simulate this effect. If you have reason to keep the contents of the frame in a separate file, you can do so using a server-side include, or you may simply use iframe.